Man, this comic book sucks. And the reviews online said it was good. I wasted my money. Why didn't somebody tell me?
Hey everybody, this is Spinner Rack and we're doing comic reviews. We have Betty and Veronica. This is Petey right here, and we have Cal.
Ready to rock.
This is the last issue of this 3-issue run. I believe they might have a different artist, or they might continue with a different artist or artist-writer.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But you think it's going to end on this?
Yeah. Nobody's going to follow this.
Why not?
It's great.
Oh, you mean it's art-wise? Yeah. But this is the thing. This is, we don't get that much Adam Hughes. We don't get a lot of him, interiors, but we had him writing and drawing, and he did this, this opening of the new Betty and Veronica. And it definitely gave us everything. It gave us a little more. It gave no. It was just a fun. It's been a fun story. And this one we have the climax of trying to keep the diner in there, where Betty's on one side fighting against Veronica. This is a classic fight, but now it's in the more Marvel and DC style. So they've upped the ante. It's ripped large. Everything is happening here. So Betty actually is almost superheroic, where she fights. They have a hard time stopping her. They have
they did the whole smash.
Yeah, they have curse words which are bleeped out in the story. This one has everything, and even the dog is talking throughout the story as it did in the first one. So they have, and there's a surprise ending to it. So, it's been fun. What are your thoughts on it? So,
I wish more comics were like this. Again, executed well. Yeah. First issue, second issue, third issue, you got everything that you paid for. You leave happy. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not looking for inspiration from a lot of this stuff. I'm looking for entertainment. And this was highly entertaining. You look at this and you wonder why these other guys are struggling to do it, because they're trying to do 8 different things at once. This was one thing. It gave us a problem, okay? The problem had its, complications, and then we get our resolution to the whole thing. I thought the funniest, there was some really good funny bits. The heart of where these characters have come from in terms of the Archie world and universe, unlike shows like, I don't know, like Riverdale, unlike nonsense like that, is still, is still there. And even the solution to this, with the other characters are like, hey, why did you have to do all this? It's like, are you kidding? It's like, no, she's an evil genius and this, that, and the other. And they're all looking like, you've got to be out of your minds.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't know we were joking? Like, no, no, we didn't know you were joking. So, at the end of, but at the end of the day, really nice interiors from Adam Hughes. Okay, nice cover, hipless one, but nice cover.
He gave up the hips a long time ago.
Hey, waist up. It's a great cover. Dialogue, everything. The characters. The characters are all there. And this is something I could give to somebody else to actually read. Like, hey, you want to read something? Like, yeah, check out some Betty and Veronica. Really? Like, no, this is it's a good mix too, because this is what a lot of the Marvel comics would like to do. But their characters have superpowers. So when you do this with them, it's kind of it's like, well, what the hell's going on? This sort of stuff. So it has a slight Marvel feel to it, but then it has all the indie stuff that a lot of people want to come reading for too. Okay, it's a lot of dialogue, a lot of panels. You're gonna have to sit and you're gonna actually get a good read for the money that you put down. So it's it's a good meaning of those two things, best of both worlds. And it was just a great read. I just wish more books could be like this at the end of the day.
Well, that's an interesting point I didn't think of. Is like, if you look at sort of the Brian Bendis interaction, this is a format in a comic where all of that stuff can work, and it's done well. It's not trying to bring you into something that you've seen in a television show. They're keeping in the dynamic of these two characters that you've seen in the comic book. I don't want to say it's like an adult version, but it's playing up the movie aspect of having this sort of dialogue where you can sit around, but then you also can break character and move into different realms and stuff like that, but still keep it grounded. And that's what I think he's been able to do.
You can have a talking dog.
Yes, yeah, you can have so much stuff, and it's just fun. And then at the same time, at the end, it reminded me of the old Betty Veronica, because that was the one that I did read, you know, and it was always tough reading it because it was just like, why are they fighting over Archie? But the Betty Veronica, oh, you know, it also, you switch as a reader, you fall in love with either Betty or Veronica. It always switches back and forth. So it's like,
I was consistent.
You were consistent?
I was consistent.
Who did you? You were just Betty?
Yeah, Betty.
But anyway.
Nothing wrong with Ronnie at all. Yeah. You know, you're like, hey, I appreciate everything over there, but hey, I was always Team Betty. That's just me.
So we got to the end. This is one of our first where we got to the end of a story. We got to give our reviews. I'm going 5. This is it. Go back, read them. Read 1 through 3.
I can't do it.
Go back and read them. This is a good one. You know?
Yeah, this is a 5. I mean, and I guess it's just hard to do. I guess it's just hard for a lot of these other guys to do. But I look at, I mean, what did we had? We got through Thor and Forge, and it says a lot when, like, yes, I would go back and read this again. You know, if I'm on a plane ride or something of that nature, this is a comic I would take along with me, you know, read before I go to sleep, depending on how long the ride is. This is something I would give to somebody else. It's something I would recommend. And, you know, as hard as we are on books, you know, I hope people take it to heart. And when we say, look, this is good stuff, they're like, okay, yeah, read this one, because the other stuff, it's just not worth your time. You know, I think probably the least rewarding experience with a comic, because comics about 20 pages at the end of the day, is to put down $3-4 for a comic, and 20 pages later, you're kind of like, what the hell was that? Or, you know, you feel took, okay? You feel taken at the end of the day. This right over here, no. This is worth every single penny that you're putting down for it. Advocate it, recommend it, promote it, everything that goes along with it. It's just nice to be entertained. It just really is nice to be entertained. That's what I'm looking for at the end of the day. If I'm inspired as a byproduct, that's great. If I am floored and emotionally overwhelmed by how well this was done as a byproduct, that's fine. But the primary reason I'm here is to be entertained. So entertain me. I'm willing to pay for it. Entertain me.
Yeah. And the Archie comics, they haven't given up on the old stories because the backup features are the classic Archie classic Betty and Veronica stories in there. So it's like they're not just throwing out this and saying this is new and the other stuff we don't even like. No, it's like they have.
Now mind you, I would still like to see them go back to the old style.
Yes.
I would still like to see it. I don't think anything's wrong with it, but it's all sales, and so you're going to have to try new stuff, and you have to do this. But the other problem is when you do that, Archie's no longer unique. Archie looks like everybody else, you know, and you lose something with that. So we'll see how it goes. But this is a 5.
So go out there and buy it. We're telling you right now, and thank you guys for watching.
Thanks Spinnerack. You saved me money.